Welcome everyone. In this video we'll teach you how to log on to ATC and start placing trades on your demo account. It's very easy and we'll walk you through step by step. So now that you have installed MetaTrader 4 by ATC on your computer, all you have to do is click the icon to run the application. Once that is done, you'll see a screen up here which will ask you for your server. Now if you remember, you signed up for the ATC demo, so if you head to your email, you will see the login details here as well as your server. So our server is ATC brokers-demo, and when we go back to the app, that's the one we're going to select and click next, and then we're going to click existing trade account. That's the one you want to click, and all you're going to do is very simple, is copy and paste the data you see in your email into the required fields here. So if you look at our login, you can see it's 527293. I'm going to put 527293, and our password we can simply copy and paste it like such. Perfect, and you can save the password so you don't have to ever do this again. And again, our server is ATC Brokers Demo. Then you would click Finish. Then you'll hear a ding which tells you you've successfully logged into the account, and you should see all these currency pairs. Now it may seem daunting, but don't worry, I'll walk you through this step. You can actually click this separation right here to expand it out a bit to see the currencies in all their totality, like that. And now you have a clear reading of all the currency pairs. Perfect. Now we're going to head over to Institute Trader's group. He has a group on Telegram as well as Discord, so you can choose either or. We're going to go over some examples, some past trades he has called, and how to enter them and manage them. And so I've created a notepad where all the past signals we'll discuss is placed very neatly, and we'll walk through each step in close detail to give you a good idea of how simple it really is. So the first trade he has called was a Euro-Yen buy. He sent in chart work right here, and once you click the chart work, you will see on his chart he has provided a take profit, and the take profit will always be a teal color. So the teal color here is 121.151. That's why in our notepad we have 121.151 take profit, and then the red number on the red within the red label is the stop loss, 119.310. That's what we have here, 119.310. Perfect. Now here he says wait for 1 hour candle close above this line before you enter. What that means is right now the price hasn't closed above this line. Do not enter. But if we fast forward in time, you can see after a few candles, and each candle represents 1 hour, we had a few candles, 1, 2, 3, all close above this line, which means it's now time to enter. And if you look to the right, you can see that black line is at 119.880. So any candle that closes above is roughly around 119.900, right? It's just simply above that line. And so based on that thought process, here's our signal, right? He has a long, which means buy, and there we have our signal. Signal 1 buy, Euro-Yen at the market price, which is roughly at 119.900. And here we have a stop loss and take profit from the chart he provided. Now let's go ahead over to MetaTrader and see how you would enter that signal. Very simple. So once you're there, you're going to look for that Euro-Yen, Euro-GAPY, and you'll see it's right here. You're going to right click it and you click New Order. And all you have to do is very simple, is go to the signal, which we have derived, and put in the details as you see. So stop loss, 119.310. And then like that, and then take profit again. You're going to refer to the signal 121.151. Perfect. And remember, what is the signal telling us? It's telling us to buy. Okay, now you can see currently this is the market price, right? 122.324, and at the time he called the signal it was 119. So this trade has already panned out, as you can see in the chart, very, very nicely, almost perfectly put. And so this trade is done with, so we cannot enter it right now because the current market price is nowhere close to where the signal was at the time. So this is how you do it. But if it was, for example, if the entry was 122, then you can definitely enter the buy like originally stated. Easy, right? The next up we have another trade called the by him. It's called a sell by USD CAD. So we refer to his group and we just go through his chat. You'll see that he often gives instructions on what to do for the trades that are entered. And let's find that USD CAD trade. And here we go. So here's the USD CAD trade right here. And he says sell USD CAD at market. So we're going to click this link. And you'll see here is the idea, right? And now this time you notice on the chart there's no instruction. What this means is you sell at the current market price, which is right now, right? And so you can see that once again the teal number is the take profit, which is 1.36094, and the red number on the right hand side is a stop loss. So if we refer to our notepad, you will see this is the signal sell USD CAD at market. This is our stop loss. This is our take profit. And let's see how the trade played out. Absolutely wonderful. It actually went to the target and then some. So how would you enter this trade? Very simple. You go back to ATC and you look for USD CAD. So here's USD CAD. You click right click and then you order. And then you would go to the stop loss and you enter it as you see. So the stop loss here would be 1.37922, 1.37922, and then the take profit. Take profit is 1.36094. Now you probably have noticed by now that the current market price is 1.3495, and at the time the market price was 1.37263. So we can't enter this signal right now. We're just going to do past examples. But during that time, if this market price was similar to this one, you just simply click sell as the signal designates. Awesome. Next up, we have a buy for CAD yen. Let's see how that one went out. So again, we'll refer to his group and we'll look for it. So here you go again. He says buy CAD yen at market. That means buy right now as soon as you see the signal. And you can see the chart. The chart has no instructions, right? So let's see how the trade played out. Absolutely wonderful. And again, if you actually just look at the idea, and let me do a quick refresh. If you look at the idea when it was called, once again you'll see the teal number up here, 79.400. That's your take profit, and the red number is your stop loss, right? Very simple. And there you go. This is your signal for CAD yen. Buy CAD yen. This is the entry. This is a stop loss, and this is a take profit, which we got from the chart. And again, when it says long, that means buy. We even specified here on Telegram, buy CAD yen at market. So to enter this trade, again, very simple. You're going to go to ATC, and you're going to find CAD JPY, and it's right here. You're going to right-click it, click New Order, and you're going to do the same thing. So we revert back to the notepad, and we'll see the entry is at 78.378, which is obviously not close to the current. The current market price is 80, but we'll go on with the example. The stop loss is 78.00. Okay, so we're going to go to stop loss, type in 78. That's perfect. And then the take profit is 79.400. Perfect. That's how the trade would look. And if the market price was the current market price, we can go ahead and click sell. But again, past example. So awesome. And this trade was definitely a favorite among other members. It played out fantastic. So next we have our last example. And this example is a bit different from the other ones, as this one has multiple take profits. If you just scroll down, you'll see right here. So here he says Euro NZD, entry at market, so the current market price. Here's your stop loss, and here's your take profit levels. Now, when he gives multiple take profit levels, you can do two things, right? And the very simple thing to do is enter, right, and use the first take profit level. So let's go to Euro NZD. I'm going to find it on our ATC once again. And here it is. You're going to right click New Order, and you're going to copy the signal as is. So here was the entry, and we're going to ignore it just because it's a past example. But our stop loss was 1.75370. So we're going to put that 1.75370. Perfect. And our first take profit is 1.74071. Okay, 1.74071. Awesome. And in this case, you would hit buy to take this trade. Okay. Now let's say after a few hours, this trade has hit the take profit and you've made some money. The next thing to do is, instead of putting the next thing you would do is actually close this. Once it's placed, you go ahead back to Euro NZD, click new order, and you put the same stop loss. So if you remember, the stop loss here was 1.75370. Perfect. And then for take profit, instead of putting the first one, you're going to put the second one. Since we already made profit from this take profit and the trade was closed, now it's to target the second target, and that is 1.73050. There you have it, and then you click buy again. And you do that same procedure for the third take profit. So if the second take profit has hit and we secured even more money, now it's for the third take profit. All you do again is go to Euro NZD, new order, keep the stop loss the same, so 1.75370, and then take profit is 1.72286. Perfect, and then you click buy again. Now sometimes he may give you instructions to move the stop loss to, for example, TP1, right? So take profit 1, he may say, instead of making your stop loss this, which was the original one, you could say, everyone, traders, please make your stop loss the first take profit. And instead of this being your stop loss, you'd put this value. And in that case, you're not overly risked in the market, and you're managing your risk correctly, right? And so we can actually show you an example of how to do that. And so if we just go to one of his past messages, you will see you often say take off some. So here he has NZD-CHF, take some profit and stop to break even. So how do you do that? It's very simple. We're actually just going to open up a random trade. So we'll just open up a trade for, let's do it EUR-USD. So we'll click new order once again, and we'll just put in a stop loss, just a random stop loss for the sake of the example. Let's say we're looking to buy EUR-USD, okay? Okay, we're going to hit buy, and you should see order successful. If you look at the orders, you go to trade right here, you can click trade at the very bottom. You'll see your balance for the account as well as the order. You see right here, buy, size 1.0, EUR-USD, and here's our levels. SL stands for stop loss, take profit, TP stands for take profit. Now let's say this is a trade called by Institute Trader, and he tells you this message. Take some profit and move stop to break even. What that means is, first thing, you want to take profit. So what that means is you right click your order and then you click modify order. Okay, and the first thing you will do is you actually move your stop loss. So right now your stop loss is this, and if he says move stop loss to break even, you move it to the price wherever you entered, right? So this would be the case since right now we are right around there, 1.12345, right? So this would be right around where our stop loss will be moved to. Break even means move your stop loss to the entry of the signal. If we go back to the signals, you can see here are entry prices for each signal. If the trader tells you to move your stop loss to entry, you change this value into this value. That's all that means. Now, how do you close half, or how do you take off some profit? All you do is you right click the order and you click close order, and we don't want this. And all you do is you click, instead of 1.0, right, you can go 0.5. You want to say, hey, MetaTrader, I want to close half of my profits. And if you do this, you'll see close your order by 0.5. And there, if you click this, we have closed half our position. Now, if you look back to the trade, you'll see that we only have a 0.5 open. And if we go to history, account history right here, you'll see that 0.5 that we closed, and that was closed in some minor loss, and that's just because of the example. So that's how you do it. That's how you manage the trades. Institute Trader will be with you throughout the entire way. If you do have questions, you can always ask him. But he's doing great, and that's how you log into a demo and place trades.